Hey guys, we're back for another breakdown here, and we're starting with the AFC South. I have the Colts, the 4th ranked team in the AFC South. So we're going to start looking at their quarterback, Andrew Luck. So Andrew Luck, I'm worried about his injury rating in Madden 19 because his injury rating is actually a 81, and that's going to be tough considering he's their most important player and his injury rating's only an 81. Along with he is getting up there in age, so he's not going to improve much. I mean, he is an 87 overall, but that injury rating is going to be a huge question mark for me because you don't know if he's going to get hurt. If it's anything like Madden 18, injury is going to be a real concern. So, they do have Jacoby Brissett as a backup. He played decent last year, but I'm going to give that a negative just because of the question mark factor. Like, if you're trying to build a team around him, who knows what could happen. So that's going to be a negative. Moving on to running back here. They got Marlon Mack, who I actually like. He doesn't have the most best of ratings, though. They didn't give him. You got Christine Michael, Robert Turbin, who I also kind of like. But Marlon Mack's going to be your main guy to start out. He's got some decent strength. His game is not going to be a power game, though. He's more of an elusive type back, even though he doesn't have high elusiveness, but he does have some good agility. I've been playing with him a little bit in Madden 18 with the same ratings he's going to have in Madden 19. And I don't know, the game's definitely not going to play like it, but he doesn't go down after first contact. So Marlon Mack still needs some upgrades, but it looks like he could be your guy if you can upgrade him. Moving on to wide receiver. It's a little salty there. They got T.Y. Hilton, who's, of course, a real good speed threat, but he is getting up there in age. You got to keep that in mind. He's still got that 93 speed, but then they signed Ryan Grant, who I like, but they did give him a pretty big deal. He's more of a slot receiver, in my opinion, so you're still going to need a number 2 guy, and keep in mind, T.Y. Hilton is going to be regressing as he gets older, so you're going to have to replace him. So that's going to be another negative for me. I know T.Y. Hilton is elite, but he still does only have that 89 overall. His catch in traffic's only an 85, and he only has an 83 release as well. So, they do have Ryan Grant, who is a decent slot guy. He still doesn't have good speed, but probably another negative. Moving on to tight end, they have Jack Doyle, who I'm a fan of. He really emerged last year, even with Jacoby Brissett. But another tight end that I am very excited about is they got Eric Ebron from the Lions. I really think that was a steal for them. We'll see what he can do in Indianapolis. With Andrew Luck throwing to him, I think that was a big move for them and one of their best of the offseason. Moving on to left and right tackle, they have Anthony Costanzo. He has good strength. He's a decent left tackle. He is going to be serviceable for you. Let's see what his... he's still not elite, but he is going to be good. Your right tackle, however, is going to need to be replaced as soon as possible. Austin Howard, he has real low strength. His blocking is not the best. His impact is just not up there. So definitely you're going to want to try to replace your right tackle. Your left tackle could last. Moving on to guard, I think Quentin Nelson is going to have a huge impact this year. I think he was the most NFL-ready rookie coming out of college. He has good stats all around. He has a 97 strength, which is just insane. He's going to really help that run game. He's got some decent... He already has 90 impact block, 85 run block, 82 pass block. But then you got your center and your right guard, and they're not necessarily bad, but it's not there. The offensive line still needs pieces, but it's getting better. So that's going to be a positive, I would say, for the Colts. Left end and right end, you have Jabal Sheard, who is one of the best ends as of right now in the NFL. He's definitely top 10 for ends. But then your left end, you have Marcus Hunt, who isn't really good, but your ball sheared should be good for you. But again, the problem running in with Indianapolis is a lot of their good players are getting older. So that's why it's going to be so tough to rebuild Indianapolis. Their elite players are getting older, so it's going to be tough, especially to get pass rush with their defensive end as of right now. Their defense is, I'd say, in a full-fledged on rebuild. Moving on to their interior defensive linemen, you have Al Woods, who, I mean, he has some decent stats. His strength is, let's check what his strength is here. He has a 93 strength. He's going to be able to be a decent run stopper, still not the best. I'm pretty sure the Colts are running a 3-4 if I'm not correct, so that should be able to fit that role if he's just a 3-4. But if you run a 4-3, you're going to have to get another good defensive tackle. But just for a 3-4, he's decent. Moving on to outside linebackers, you're going to have John Simon, who doesn't have a real high rating. I mean, he has an 82 speed. His finesse moves still are not all the way there with only a 65, so definitely if you're running a 3-4, you're going to want to upgrade both your outside linebackers because their finesse moves are just not good for an outside linebacker, and I'm pretty sure the Colts are running a 3-4, or I could just be sounding like a complete idiot right now. Let me know in the comments. But, I mean, their finesse moves are not good. Tackling, I mean, is decent. Still, I would be looking to replace those outside linebackers. Moving to middle linebacker, that's definitely in a full-fledged on rebuild. Their middle linebackers are just not good at all, with their highest rated one being a 72 overall. 82 speed, I mean, it's decent for a middle linebacker, but I'm not liking their zone coverage is real low. So look to be replacing your middle linebackers as soon as possible, and I mean as soon. Linebacking core is definitely the weakest link. Cornerback is really an atrocious sight to look at here, with your highest rated corner being a 73. They don't even have any speed corners, so the cornerback position is just, I don't even know what to say here. It's bad. If you pick this team, it's going to be rough life. You're going to be thinking to yourself, why did I pick this team? I mean, their cornerbacks, I have no positives to say about their cornerback other than free agency, draft. That should be what your first round pick is a cornerback. They have got to get that position fixed. Moving on to safeties, they have one decent defensive back spot, and that's Malik Hooker. It was really sad when he got injured last year. I'm not sure what his injury rating is. I can actually check real quick why this is up. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Injury. Damn, he's got an 85 injury. I mean, that's not bad, but he is one of my favorite players right now, Malik Hooker. I really like him. I think he can develop into a star for you. Your strong safety also has some decent speed, decent strength. So your safety positions could be alright if you can upgrade them. But altogether, this team, if I had to rank them, I'd probably put them as the worst team in the NFL. And it's not like I don't like the Colts or anything. It's just the talent on the team is just not good. Andrew Luck's injury rating for Madden is just not going to be good. That's why they're the 4th ranked team, and probably if you want the hardest rebuild, I would pick the Colts because that's just, I don't even want to think about how hard it's going to be. But if you guys are enjoying, please hit that sub button for your boy and be nasty with it.